Hello, everyone. Today we have a unique exchange between L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology, and Justin Gregg, who says he is the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard and is developing new approaches with New Era Scientology. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I founded Scientology, and it is based on fundamental truths that I discovered as I explored the spirit and the spiritual universe.
It's an honor to be here. My work aims to further these discoveries and connect Scientology to the fundamental laws of physics.
Let's start with Axiom 1. Mr. Hubbard, you introduced the concept of the static, that immaterial spiritual essence, which is at the origin of everything.
That's right. The static is massless, motionless, waveless, and timeless, but it is capable of postulation and perception. It is the source of all creation.
Mr. Gregg, you take up this idea, but you say that static manifests where two opposing forces interact.
Yes, I'm saying that static is not just an absolute state, but emerges from oppositions in the universe. What we perceive as static results from the tension between fundamental forces such as electricity and magnetism.
Interesting, but it implies a dependence on mass. Yet static is beyond matter, energy, space, and time.
Precisely, I think we have underestimated how static interacts with these elements. My Axiom 11 explains that static manifests as gravity, which is a constant connecting all things in the universe.
Wait, are you suggesting that gravity is an expression of static?
Exactly. Gravity, electromagnetism, and static are linked by precise mathematical relationships, which leads us to a new understanding of time, as I explain in Axiom 15.
If time is determined by motion, then a fully liberated being should be able to escape this framework, right?
Absolutely. My approach shows that when we achieve a certain mastery of the static, we can transcend the limits of time and space. Therein lies the ultimate evolution of the Thetan.
Do you think these new interpretations could transform Scientology as we know it?
Not transform it, but take it to its next level, integrating these discoveries into advanced processing practices.
As long as we respect the fundamental principles of spiritual freedom, any expansion is welcome.
Let's talk about a fascinating concept, the idea that the same being can exist in two distinct planes of existence. Mr. Hubbard, how does this idea fit into Scientology?
Scientology teaches that the Thetan is a spiritual entity independent of time and space. He can incarnate in different bodies, perceive at a distance, and even exist simultaneously on several levels of reality.
So, it would be possible for a Thetan to come face-to-face with another version of himself?
Theoretically, yes. If a Thetan projects part of his attention into another timeline or space, he can create the illusion of duality. But in reality, he is still one being.
Exactly. When the being reaches an advanced level of consciousness, it realizes that its other self is not a separate being, but a projection of its own existence into a different reality.
This would mean that a totally liberated being could reintegrate its multiple forms of existence into a single consciousness.
Yes. When a being realizes that it is both the creator and the observer, it ceases to be divided by the planes of existence. This is the ultimate emancipation I'm talking about in Axiom 15.
A fascinating idea. If a Thetan merges all his realities into one, doesn't he risk losing his experimental purpose in the universe?
That's precisely the challenge of spiritual evolution, no longer being trapped by your creations while continuing to play.
That's a thought worth pursuing. Thank you both for this exceptional exchange.